Porta power took some of it out. It used to have a big crown across this. It's still curving a little bit. It was a lot worse. This is still bent, but it was bent so far it was pinching on that tranny fluid line really hard.
Okay, well then we should hurry and try putting it together so we can go to the Grand Canyon.
You want your hands in the shot?
I figured it'd just be helpful if my hands weren't in the shot.
Getting dark. Got the one fender mounted though. This whole piece around this radiator bracket, the top and the bottom, all just stayed together. The new piece, I didn't need to pull this off to slide in the transmission cooler or the intercooler or the radiator or anything. And this radiator I got is a little bit bigger. It kind of gives some clearance issues over here on this AC line. I had to massage that to make this AC line work with that slightly bigger radiator. But I think it'll be fine. This transmission cooler lines, those were pretty tight clearance, so I don't know if that was because the whole frame got smashed or if this is a slightly different intercooler with slightly different geometry. But whatever the case is, it fits, but you have to fight it a little bit. So as I'm assembling this nightmare, something to keep in mind, I'm only like barely putting in some of these bolts, just sort of finger tight. These mounting bolts, you can see that one is pretty loose. I want some wiggle room, so when I get this fender and that fender and the new hood, because it still has the old hood on, I want to be able to align them all, move them back and forth, and make sure they all mesh without bending sheet metal. Driver's side, there's this little electrical junction box. I don't know what the heck it is. Anyways, it screws into the side of the fender. Screw that on before you put the battery box in. Don't do like I did. Also, these I put on before I put on the fenders, and a lot of them were hanging right into the fender, so I had to pull that whole pipe out. Now I got to redo it. So you might want to save that for later too. Or just don't crash your truck. Mount this vacuum line thing onto the battery box before you put the battery box in, because that's a mess. You don't want to try to squeeze your hand in there. And be careful with that line. I've had them break on other cars and it just throws a fit. Fender number 2 on. Again, I'm just finger tightening these bolts. Every one of them. For this bolt right there, you have an option, not this one, the short one, because I just barely dented my dang new fender with the long bolt, so use the short one. So that door gap's ugly, but it matches the door, so I don't know if that's from this wreck or that wreck. That was like that when I bought it, by the way. I'm not that bad of a driver. So I need to go over a punch list. I got all kinds of stuff to hook up in here. All kinds of it. Intercooler, wiring harness stuff, batteries, obviously. But we'll get to that. I also need to top off all the fluids. Even the windshield wiper fluid, the transmission fluid. Make sure everything's good to go. Pick up again tomorrow. Both the coolant reservoir as well as the windshield wiper fluid reservoir, they just kind of slide in place. There's these little grooves in the fan shroud, but there's this little nub on there that also slides into that hole. So if you're taking it off, you'll need to get a flathead screwdriver and kind of pry that out before you'll be able to slide it up the rest of the way. For some reason, this fender has this extra piece of metal right here. My other one didn't have it, but I'm gonna have to cut it out because The headlight won't squish into there. Blocks the headlight from going in all the way. Goes in most of the way, but it sticks out about 1/2 of an inch. I'm not sure why that is. Different year of Dodge, maybe they changed it. This is a 2001. Maybe this is an older fender or something. Who knows? Got the headlight on. Got this whole side together, battery box, intercooler, air intake. Now I gotta move on to the other side. Rumor has it that when you buy a new grill, it does not come with the Dodge logo. So I tore this off of the one that was cracked in half. I'll, spit shine it. It'll be alright. If we were going for Mad Max, we'd be done. Got this grill in the mail last night, put it on real fast. Doesn't come with the emblem, so pull it off the old one if you do the same thing, if you replace your grill, because they won't have it. Or just buy a grill that doesn't need the emblem. But I think that's it for now. I'll make another video of the bumper when I do that. But she's pretty much put together. I got new doors coming too, but it'll kind of look the same.